Hebrew alphabet Gematria, YAH, the fifth letter, with a numerical value of 5. Symbolize a window or breath, representing divine revelation, creation, God adding a YAH to Abram's and Sarah's names to become Abraham and Sarah, and life-giving breath. Bible references: the Pentateuch, Genesis, Deuteronomy, Leviticus 15, 1 Samuel 17:40, Matthew 25, 2, 5 wise virgins. 6. The Hexad man, imperfection, labor, earthly conflict. Biblical meaning, consistently associated with man, human imperfection, labor, and the fallen state. It is the number that falls short of divine perfection, 7. It can also signify earthly completeness or human effort. Creation of man, Genesis 1:26-31. Man was created on the sixth day. This links the number 6 directly to humanity and the earthly realm. 6 days of labor, Exodus 29. God commanded 6 days of labor before the seventh day of rest, establishing a cycle for man's work. Slavery to Pharaoh, Exodus. The Israelites' bondage often lasted periods that could be numerically linked to 6, emphasizing the toil and oppression of man under human authority. Pythagorean link, the hexad, 6, represents creation, harmony, balance, as two interlocking triangles, forming the Star of David, and perfection within the earthly realm. However, in theological contexts, it points to humanity and its limitations. Hebrew alphabet Gematria. YAH, the sixth letter, with a numerical value of 6. Symbolize a hook or nail, representing connection, addition, and stability. Bible references: Genesis 1:26-31, Exodus 29, Revelation 13:18, 666, the number of the beast or number of a man, signifying ultimate human rebellion and imperfection. 7. The heptad, divine perfection, completeness, rest, holiness. Biblical meaning: the most pervasive and profoundly significant number in the Bible, signifying divine perfection, completeness, spiritual fullness, holiness, and rest. It is God's signature number, marking His works of creation, covenant, and redemption. 7 days of creation, Genesis 12. The entire creation narrative is structured around 7 days, culminating in the Sabbath rest. This establishes 7 as the number of divine completion and rest. The Sabbath, Exodus 20:10. The seventh day is sanctified as a day of rest, mirroring God's own rest. Feasts of the Lord, Leviticus 23. Many of the major feasts are tied to 7 days or appear in the 7th month, marking sacred times and cycles of divine appointment, example Passover, unleavened bread, Sukkot. 7-branched menorah, Exodus 25:31-40. The lampstand in the tabernacle temple, symbolizing divine light and spiritual perfection. Pythagorean link, the heptad, 7, is a sacred, mystical number, often associated with wisdom, spirituality, introspection, and wholeness. It is seen as representing ultimate harmony and perfect completion. Hebrew alphabet Gematria. Zayin, the 7th letter, with a numerical value of 7. Symbolize a weapon or crown, representing struggle, victory, and royalty. Gematria example: while not a common word, the letter Zayin itself carries deep symbolism related to divine completeness. Bible references: Genesis 12, Exodus 20:10, Leviticus 23, Revelation, numerous instances, 7 churches, 7 spirits, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 bowls, etc. 8. The Ogdod, new beginning, resurrection, regeneration. Biblical meaning: represents a new beginning, regeneration, resurrection, and salvation. It is one beyond 7, symbolizing a new order that transcends the previous cycle of perfection. Circumcision on the 8th day, Genesis 17:12. God commanded Abraham that male children be circumcised on the 8th day, signifying entrance into a new covenant and a new relationship with God. 8 souls saved in the ark, 1 Peter 3:20. Noah and 7 others, totaling 8, were saved from the flood, representing a new beginning for humanity after judgment. First day of a new week, the 8th day is also the first day of a new week, symbolizing a fresh start. Pythagorean link, the Ogdod, 8, is associated with balance, order, and infinity. The symbol? It represents new life, cosmic balance, and stability in a higher dimension. Hebrew alphabet Gematria. Chet, the 8th letter, with a numerical value of 8. Symbolize a fence or enclosure, representing life, as in the word chai, life, which sums to 18, protection, and vitality. Bible references: Genesis 17:12, 1 Peter 3:20, Matthew 28:1, Jesus resurrected on the first day of the week, the 8th day. 9. The Ennead finality, judgment, divine completeness. Biblical meaning: represents finality, judgment, and the culmination of a process. It is often seen as 3 times 3, intensifying divine completeness. It can signify divine judgment or the completion of a prophetic period. 9th hour, Acts 3:1. While not exclusively Torah, in Jewish tradition, the 9th hour, around 3 p.m., was a significant time of prayer and sacrifice, marking a culmination of the day's temple service. The 9th plague, Exodus 10:21-23. The plague of darkness, a prelude to the final judgment of the firstborn, emphasizing the approaching climax of judgment. Pythagorean link: the Ennead, 9, is the number of completion and culmination, as it is the last single digit before the return to unity with 10. It represents achievement, human wisdom perfected, and the end of a cycle. Hebrew alphabet Gematria. Date, the 9th letter, with a numerical value of 9. Symbolize basket or serpent, representing goodness. It's the first letter of Tov, good, or sometimes temptation. Bible references: Exodus 10:21-23, Matthew 27:46, Jesus dies at the 9th hour, Luke 23:44-46, Galatians 5:20-23, the 9 fruits of the Spirit, symbolizing a completed work of sanctification. 10. The Decad, divine order, completeness, law, testing. Biblical meaning: a number of foundational significance, representing divine order, completeness, law, and a full testing period. It signifies a complete cycle or a perfect testimony. The 10 Commandments, Exodus 20. The quintessential example, representing the complete divine law and moral order. 10 Plagues of Egypt, Exodus 7:12. A complete cycle of divine judgments upon Egypt, culminating in the deliverance of Israel. Tithe, Leviticus 27:30. The giving of a tenth of one's produce to God, symbolizing acknowledgement of His ownership and blessing over the whole. 10 Generations, Genesis 5:11. The genealogies from Adam to Noah, and from Noah to Abraham, are each 10 generations, marking complete eras of human history leading to significant divine interventions. Pythagorean link: the Decad, 10, is the perfect number for Pythagoreans, containing all the principles from 1 to 4, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 10. It represents totality, the cosmos, and a return to unity after multiplicity. It signifies absolute completion and a new level of order. Hebrew alphabet Gematria. Yod, the 10th letter, with a numerical value of 10. Symbolize a hand or divine spark, representing God's creative power, His presence, and the smallest, yet most significant, letter in the Hebrew alphabet. It is the first letter of the sacred tetragrammaton, YAH-WEH. Bible references: Exodus 20, Exodus 7:12, Leviticus 27:30, Genesis 5, Genesis 11, Revelation 2:10, 10 days of tribulation. By thoroughly examining these foundational 10 numbers, we establish the core vocabulary for understanding the more complex numerical patterns and hidden meanings throughout the remainder of the Cipher of Creation. These archetypes are the roots from which the entire tree of biblical numerology grows.